これも人間らしくていいな。
悟空悟空孫
悟空
孫悟空さん
父さん悟空
あとは頼んだぞ。
Alright, so LR Ultra Instinct Saiyan Goku for Tanabata is officially in game, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at him at 55% now. As of now, I have not gotten him. Got a little unlucky, but you know what? We move. We have a friend here, 55% Link level 10. I think that's fine, honestly. I think this is a character that a lot of people are going to get to Link level 10 anyways, with like, you know, the Link skill herbs, even free-to-play wise. I think this guy's a good character to do that for. And it'll be good to see what he's able to do here at this level, since I think a lot of other creators do show this guy at Link level 1 anyways. But yeah, so just quick look here. This guy is Universe Survival Saga, Entrusted Will, and Realm of Gods category. Key through in 170% stats. Then he gives 30% additional stats to characters who belong to Rhapsody Universe 7, Accelerated Battle, or the Power of Revival category. Everyone here does fit under this leader skill. You know, you could use Beast Gohan as a leader if you want. He does give the 200% leader skill to this UI Goku. You could run the Gammas, another 200% leader skill. Like, everyone here, like, these four characters, even the androids could be ran as a leader for this guy if you don't have him. Okay, so we'll probably do this just because UI Goku needs to be dodging a couple of times. And on top of that, and androids have to super attack as well, so how this UI Goku works is he does the entrance animation we saw, then for the first 4 turns, he gets 4 key and 77% attack and defense. No, for the first 7 turns, he gets 4 key and 77% attack and defense, then an additional 77% attack and defense for 4 turns as well. That is only required having one Universe Survival Saga category ally on the team, which, you know, this guy is, his best partners is Universe Survival Saga. Now he gets Key 7 and 200% attack and defense start of turn, and that's all he gets in terms of his stats. So we see right here, he's starting up at 298k defense, 55%. He does have a 30% defense raise for 1 turn on his 18 key super attack. Then his 12 key does have a 50% defense raise for the turn as well. But we'll go ahead and notate this defense here, so 298k. I'll write this down on the side, and we'll count out how many super attacks he does get. But we'll go ahead and get this right here, so the android support will lock in. So his stats are going to be a little higher than what they're shown here. Now he does have just a flat 70% chance to dodge attacks right here, so hopefully he dodges the super as well. Very nice, we definitely love to see that. And he's hitting a 9.2 million attacks here at 55%. Now he has a great chance to crit built in, so that's going to be useful. Then after he evades an enemy's attack, he gets a guaranteed additional super attack, which is why it would be nice for him to be in slot 1, because he's a major dodging unit and he does get that guaranteed additional super. So counting that plus his normal super attack, he's tuning up to 537k defense. Now, one good thing about this guy is he does also get 50% damage reduction until he first receives the attack. After that, he gets 15% reduction, but then starts to guard. Now, in terms of this guy like living super attacks before he supers with that, I don't think that's that big of a deal. Right? I feel like it's not going to allow him to live supers before then. But after he super attacks, I think it will matter. By the way, I do want to point out the defense stat I said earlier. I did forget he does also raise allies' defense by 30% for the turn, which is a multiplicative support buff essentially. So he's actually at 627k defense. And that's not considering the android's major support right there, right? They are missing some support, which is definitely important to consider. We'll go ahead and get the Gammas off here. We'll just go ahead and grab this. We'll get their support off and we'll float them around just because there'll be a floating support too. We'll just let Beast Gohan kind of cook through here. Right, again, Beast Gohan could be a decent partner with this guy, but ideally, I actually do think that you kind of want to run Beast Gohan, double Beast Gohan still, on one UI Goku, because when you get the UI Goku domain, you cannot use the other domain with the other one. So unless you run them as a rotation, right? Which, again, the final thing about UI Saiyan Goku to point out, he does get an additional with a great chance to be a super as the second or third attacker. So, like, I don't know. Let's say if you are, like, let's say if you're in the final phase of the Blue Gogeta fight and you have the rotation of them, the UI Sign Goku will get a dodge from the AoE, then he'll get that guaranteed additional super. Then he still has a 70% chance to super with the additional as a second or third attacker. Then you have his hidden potential, so you could do 4 of them, which could be quite a lot. Yeah, so in terms of attack support, his 12 key super attack does also provide 30% attack for the turn to all allies, which if he's doing a lot of super attacks, you could see a difference. But at 55%, it might not be that much of a thing, right? So again, we see Broly here. We can actually deactivate his domain with the territory skill once we can get that off, but right now we actually cannot do that. We will run him in slot 1 here. He is going to get a majority of his links active now. The only link that he does not have active here is, I believe it's over in a flash, right? And that's 3 key and 7% attack, not the biggest deal. But he's going to be getting a lot extra stats here because, you know, we're getting Kamehameha, so his... I guess I wouldn't say a lot of extra stats, but he's going to be getting a decent amount of extra stats. We'll just grab this with you. That's fine. We'll let UI Goku get this here. Blue Evolution Vegeta will get this. Doesn't really matter the damage in this turn. I think next turn kind of care about it more. We're also likely going to get the Android's multi-turn support, which is going to be really cool for this guy. So yeah, in terms of his attack stats, 55% here, even at link level 10. Pre-transformed UI is not doing anything crazy. Like this 9 mil into, if you see our 5.9 mil, not like, I'm gonna give it an alright, right? Even with the crit chance built in, it's just not really a lot of damage. Now we did get the hidden potential system 1 right there, so that's 6.4. Now if we consider what his defense was last turn, right? Let's say if he got a triple super on this turn, right, with the same kind of stats as last turn, he actually would end up being, because he gets an extra 50%, keep that in mind. That's about 770k right there. I mean, even then, in terms of defense, the 70% dodge chance, the 50% reduction in the first hit he'll take, then he still guards after that, even though he loses some reduction. Very good in terms of his defense stat. I think I definitely will take what he could do in that situation. But he's definitely not invincible. And again, this is 55%, right? So this is like his kind of bare minimum, but this is also what a lot of people are going to see. Yeah, it's an accurate representation of the anime version. UI Sign is majorly defensive, right? It's when he goes into UI and completes it that it becomes really good offensively, which is when he gets his counters. And I think when people think of, is this UI Goku the best character in the game, they think of him when he's transformed. And I think that's an important distinction we do need to, again, keep in mind. He's a much different beast than pre-transformation, right, than he is post-transformation. He becomes way better post-transformation here. I guess the one thing is that we're not going to get a super attack off of the androids. I think we probably finish Broly off first. Beast Gohan will eat this super attack, not really an issue. This Broly animation is so good, by the way. There's going to be a scenario where pre-brace, his base gets tagged pre-super and is close to death round. Yeah, I mean, if you like wait to transform into like the very final phase of like the Beast Gohan fight or the Gogeta Blue fight, like the middle phases could do a lot of damage. I guess Beast Gohan may not be a great example because he's type managed in the ultimate phase, but let's say Blue Gogeta, right? Against the Blue Gogeta fight, this guy, if you wait like and you'll transform him on the tech phase, or you have double UI Goku leaders and the other one's untransformed, like he can get hit really hard by super still, if not like just die. Then if we consider Cell Max or Kid Buu, there could be issues. This guy, there's situations where UI Sign will not live, right? And that's like one thing you could say, you know, if you're gonna argue between Beast Gohan and this guy, Beast Gohan doesn't have that opening, if that makes sense, right? Just based on what I'm seeing here. Should you summon? I think the banner is really good. I think I probably will make a video like should you summon on this banner. But yeah. Now, one thing I do want to point out, we can see a Broly trio has an icon here that shows you cannot dodge this guy right here. If we take a look here, I think I could. Can I click on the thing? Yeah, right here. Click. How do I click on this? Yeah, right here. This icon at the bottom right here. This you cannot dodge against this Broly trio. But what UI Goku does when he becomes Mastered UI is he does disable that effect with his domain ability. His domain ability, it cancels disable enemy evasion canceling effect, right? Or it disables that, right? And he does get boosts to super class allies and enemies, which will not affect Broly Trio here, but we'll go in and transform, and this will be a really good look for this UI Goku. He's going to be kind of crazy, dude. Alright, so now with Mastered UI out, his domain ability again gives super class allies and enemies 15% attack and defense. Then he disables enemy evasion canceling effects, then gives 15% attack to all allies who also belong to realm of gods, which, let's say, UI Goku here, the first one, also does fit that category. In terms of his passive skill, he guaranteed dodge for the first turn, and then he gets, I believe, 300% attack and defense. It's not loading for me here, actually. Let me try to bring it up here. No, please. Dude. Chat, look at this. Unbelievable. The core just messing me up here today. Of course it will be. I have to bring it up on the other Dokkan wiki site here. Yeah, he gets 300% attack and defense. Then for the first turn, he gets 7 ki, 59% attack. He guaranteed dodges. And he gives all allies 10% chance to dodge, which is really massive, right? If it's a character like EGO UI, he already has a 77% chance. Now he has an 87% chance. S-Tier UI Goku, on a full rotation of Raps Universe 7, he would have an 84% chance to dodge. Now he gets a 94% chance in that situation, which is really huge. Furthermore, with each dodge he does, he gets Ki 3, then a 20% chance to crit and a 20% chance to dodge. That goes up to 12 Ki and then a 77% chance to crit and dodge. He counters with tremendous power every time he dodges. He gets 60% damage reduction until he receives an attack. Let me actually, I'll probably go ahead and we'll just give this to you. Yeah, not a big deal. Then we'll grab this with you real quick. That should be fine. Then after he receives the attack, he would get 20% reduction with guard. If you take a look here, we're at 330k defense, right? So let's go ahead and let me write that down here, 330k defense, 376. He is going to get 50% defense in the gammas here, keep that in mind. If you're under 50% HP, he gets an extra 20% chance to dodge, 91% attack, and an extra 20% chance to crit. Then he does a guaranteed additional super attack at 24 ki. All that's really good, right? His super attack effects. Greatly raises attack and defense with a turn, mega cost damage for the 18 ki, and he raises all allies attack and defense by 59% for one turn, which is a really big number to get to all allies. That's huge, right? And again, keep in mind, he is getting 50% from the gammas in slot 1. Furthermore, he does get 50% attack and defense for one turn on his 12 ki super attack too, so that's pretty massive. He's hitting here a 13 million attack stat. Now, he doesn't have crit built up yet. Keep that in mind. So he's not going to be able to crit on these super attacks. That's okay. Not the biggest deal in the world. We see the guaranteed additional super attack hitting for 9.9. So essentially, he got 209% defense in total here. And he's giving everyone else stats. Now, we see here, Broly Trio, we're able to dodge him. Bam! Counter right there. He's going to start critting with these counters. And keep in mind, dodging super attacks, he still counters when he dodges a super, which is really nasty, right? It's just super good. It is actually really crazy how much damage he's actually ending up doing here. Keep in mind, I believe counters only show a third of the value, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like, he basically one-turned this boss. UI Goku hitting a 29 million attack stat is really good, actually. That's a really high attack stat for EGO UI to hit. Oh my goodness. Wow, okay. Okay, I did not expect this guy to hit that hard, which is actually really funny. So, his defense after his super attacks, he's at 1 mil defense, 55%. He has guaranteed dodge this turn, but then after this turn, even if he would get hit, he has 60% reduction. And then the damage he did here was crazy. Oh my goodness, dude. If I was able to get more turns with this guy, yeah, he's nasty, dude. This UI Goku, 55% UI sign is pretty meh, and I think that UI sign is really not gonna be that crazy. UI sign's still good, like really good, but if we're gonna talk about like, oh, you know, like how good is he compared to the best unit in the game, then UI sign is kind of meh, right? His Beast replaced as 1. I think when he transformed with UI, he's definitely like 1. It feels like just he's too strong. But Beast is Beast throughout the entire fight. And then UI sign kind of exists there. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the UI Goku. I mean, he looked like he's really powerful, really amazing. And Evo, and then EJUI is juiced. Yeah, dude. I mean, the amount of stats that EJUI without his revive buff, that's crazy. I also don't have my own UI right now, but that is a crazy amount, man. But yeah, also like we had the 50% support from the Gammas as well. I don't remember, do the LR Gammas give attack? They might give attack. They no only give defense, right? But still. Oh, that's crazy. This guy's good. This guy's good, though, for sure. So if you summon for him, I think you've got a good unit, even at 55%. Let me know what you guys think, though. Thanks, y'all, for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.